Welcome to Catalina Treats Gluten-Free Bakery. I'm Jessie, and I'm going to share with you one of our most decadent cookies, Hazelnut Chocolate Chip. These cookies have a deep chocolate flavor. They're high in protein with a hazelnut flour base, but they also have a sweet side. After we make these cookies, I'm going to show you how to turn them into a rich and elegant dessert. Both of these recipes are gluten-free, grain-free, and completely plant-based. Start with 2 cups hazelnut flour in a medium-sized bowl. You can find hazelnut flour in a grocery or health food store, but if you have whole hazelnuts, you can grind them into a flour with a coffee grinder or a food processor. Just be careful to not let them grind for too long. You want them about coffee ground consistency and not to let them go into a hazelnut butter. Add to the hazelnut flour 4 tablespoons of coconut sugar. Coconut sugar is from the sap of a coconut palm. The sap is dried, and when it dries, it crystallizes. Coconut sugar is a really great natural sweetener. It has a lot of the same consistency as brown sugar, and it's got a deep, rich flavor. Next, add in 1 tablespoon tapioca flour, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon sea salt. Mix all these ingredients together and set that bowl aside. In a large bowl, whisk together 1/2 cup maple syrup, 1/2 cup almond butter, 2 tablespoons coconut oil, and 1 teaspoon vanilla. Mix these all together until all the ingredients are well combined and the mixture is smooth. Add in the dry ingredients and blend it all together. When you buy a jar of almond butter, the oil will usually have risen to the top and separated from the almond butter. Sometimes you may want to use that in a recipe. I usually like to blend it back in with the almond butter. So when my jar is new, I store it upside down. That way the oil goes to the bottom of the jar, and when I open it up, it's a lot easier to mix it together. When the cookie dough is all mixed together, stir in 1 cup dark chocolate chips. The ingredients in the brand of chocolate chips I'm using is just cocoa and cane sugar, and they're delicious. You can use semi-sweet chocolate chips, but I really like how the dark chocolate blends with the flavor of the hazelnut. When you get the chocolate chips all mixed up, scoop the dough out about 2 tablespoons at a time. I think these cookies cook best on parchment-lined cookie sheet or a silicone baking mat. You can grease the pan with coconut oil, but I find that the chocolate works best on parchment. Set the cookies a couple inches apart on a cookie sheet and pat them down a bit. Get the cookies into a 350-degree oven. They're going to bake for about 8 to 10 minutes, depending on your oven. You want to make sure that these don't overbake. They're the best when they're a little bit soft in the middle. When you take the cookie sheet out of the oven, set it on a cooling rack and let the cookies rest for about 5 minutes before you remove them from the pan. The tapioca flour is a starch, and it needs to cool down a little bit so that the cookies can set up and hold together. Hazelnuts are also known as filberts. These little nuts are high in vitamins and nutrients and fiber. Hazelnuts were once considered to have healing qualities, and they're a symbol of wealth and peace. I think that these cookies are a symbol of richness and flavor. These are a delicious snack. They're a great treat. And there's more. Now we're going to turn these cookies into a delightful dessert. To start, you'll need an electric mixer and a can of coconut milk. Chill the coconut milk in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes. This is going to help the milk set up and let the cream rise to the top. If the milk is left at room temperature, the cream may not rise and you won't have the right consistency for the recipe. The milk is chilled. Remove the lid from the can, and with a rubber spatula, pull the cream off the top of the coconut milk and into a large bowl. That should give you about 1/4 cup or so of cream. Don't worry, it doesn't need to be an exact measurement. Just get as much as you can, and then save the rest of the milk part of the coconut milk for cooking. It's great in vegetable soups and stews. Peel and dice 1 large avocado. Add the diced avocado to the coconut cream. Mix the coconut and avocado together on low speed until the avocado smooths out. It's okay if it's a little lumpy, but the smoother the better. When all that's well blended, add in 1/2 cup of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. An optional ingredient is 1/4 teaspoon of espresso powder. Espresso powder adds another layer of flavor, and it's really great with the cocoa. Blend this all together on low speed. Once it's all blended together, get it in the refrigerator and let it set up and cool until you're ready to serve dessert. This dessert deserves fancy serving dishes. Get your dishes ready and get 2 or 3 of your cooled down hazelnut cookies. On a cutting board, chop the cookies into little crumbly bits. Place 1 or 2 tablespoons of the cookies into the bottom of each serving dish. Take the chilled avocado pudding out of the refrigerator. Spoon about 1/4 cup of the pudding over the top of the cookie crumbles, depending on the size of your dessert dish. Then add a few more cookie crumbles over the top. For some extra decoration and deliciousness, I like to add a couple of fresh raspberries. Frozen raspberries work just as well. The raspberries and the chocolate and the hazelnut flavors pair perfectly together. If you have some extra coconut cream, you can whip it up with a little maple sugar and spoon it onto the top. Great cookies and a rich and beautiful dessert. These recipes are easy to make. With all these simple ingredients, they're perfect for anyone to enjoy. I hope you love these cookies and this dessert. The full recipe for hazelnut chocolate chips and avocado chocolate pudding are in the comment section below. Please like our videos, subscribe to our channel, ring that bell, and share these with your friends and family. We are always cooking up great new recipes at Catalina Treats Gluten-Free Bakery.